Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel of Global Medical Foundation. I am Shobhit Jayaswal and this is a video on the topic MBBS in Kazakhstan for Indian students in the year 2025. Through this video, we are going to take a deep dive into MBBS in Kazakhstan for Indian students in 2025. We're going to discuss why Kazakhstan is a great option. We are going to discuss the top universities for studying MBBS in Kazakhstan. We are going to discuss their fee structure. We are going to discuss the eligibility criteria. We are going to discuss about FMGL regulations and the reply by the Indian Embassy in Kazakhstan on FMGL regulations. We're going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of studying MBBS in Kazakhstan for Indian students in 2025. We're going to discuss about the admission process and everything that you need to know before making this life-changing decision. Now, Kazakhstan has become a popular destination for Indian students due to its low tuition fees, its globally recognized degree, and it's a country which provides quality education. But is it the right choice for you? So stay tuned till the end, because we're going to break down all the details, including the latest updates, pros and cons, the tips for a smooth admission process. So make sure to like and subscribe our channel so you don't miss out on any important updates on MBBS abroad for Indian students. So let's get started with this video. Now, the first thing that I want to discuss with you is why you should trust Global Medical Foundation, why you should trust me, why you should trust any information that I'm providing through this video. So the first thing is that Global Medical Foundation has been in existence for more than 10 years. We are an ISO certified company. I have been in the field of MBBS abroad since 2016, so I have more than 9 years of experience. I have personally visited the medical universities in Kazakhstan, as you can see on the pictures on the right of your screen. These are my photos in various medical universities, so I know the ground reality, and I am in regular touch with most of our students who have been through us to study MBBS in Kazakhstan. We are authorized representative or authorized admission partner of all these universities, and we are sending students for MBBS in Kazakhstan for many years now. So we ourselves are very experienced about the medical universities in Kazakhstan, about the quality of education, about the hostel facility, Indian mess facility, and all the other facilities that have been provided by the medical universities in Kazakhstan. In total, we have sent more than 1,000 students to study abroad. That includes students who have went abroad to study MBBS as well as general study courses in countries like USA, UK, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and other European Union countries. So since I have been to Kazakhstan myself and I am in regular touch with the students who have went through us, I can very confidently say that we have the right experience to guide Indian students. And one of the biggest concerns of parents and students in India is whether the fee structure provided by the consultants in India is the complete fee structure or not. So I can assure you that the fee structure that we are going to provide to you is going to be the complete fee structure. There are going to be no hidden expenses. So any student who is applying for admission in any medical university in Kazakhstan or in any other country, they will not be charged anything extra or over the fee structure that we are going to provide the Indian students with. Now, the topic that we are going to discuss is the eligibility criteria for Indian students to study MBBS in Kazakhstan. Now, this eligibility criteria is the same in Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Georgia, Russia. So what is this eligibility criteria? Number one is that you should have done your class 11th and class 12th with physics, chemistry, bio and English, and it should be from a recognized board in India. Number second is that for general category students, they should have at least 50% aggregate in PCB in their class 12th, and for other categories like SC, ST, OBC, the aggregate in PCB in class 12 should be at least 40%, and English should also be a subject for you. Number third is the most important criteria, that is you should be NEET qualified before you take admission. That is one. Number two is that the NEET result is valid for a period of 3 years from the date of declaration of the result. So in case you have qualified NEET in 2024, then also you can apply for admission in 2025 to all these countries abroad. The next criteria is that you should be at least 17-year-old on or before 31st December of the year in which you are taking admission. Now let's move on to one of the most important topics. This is something that each and every student who is looking to study MBBS in any country abroad should know about. This is Foreign Medical Graduate Licentiate Regulations, or FMGL regulations, that were introduced by National Medical Commission or NMC in November 2021. Any Indian student who is taking admission to study MBBS abroad after 18th November 2021 must follow these rules in order to be eligible to appear for next after completion of their studies abroad. So what are these rules? Number one is that the minimum duration for your course should be 54 months or 4.5 years, just like it is in India. Number two is that you should do a separate internship of 1 year. So the internship should not be part of your course. For example, your clinical rotations are not considered to be part of your internship. The next point is that your entire study should be in English. You have to study the same subjects that are being taught in India, and your internship should also be similar to the one that is being done in India. Once you come back to India and NMC agrees that you are fulfilling all those rules and regulations that they are asking, then they will allow you to sit for next if it is introduced, or they are going to allow you to sit for FMGE, which is the current licensing examination. After clearing next or FMG, whatever the exam be at that time, you have to do 1 year of internship in India also. The next point is the most important one, that is Indian students must have license or registration to practice, which is going to be at par with the license to practice medicine given to the local citizens of the country. So in short, you need to get a license to practice medicine in the country that you are completing your MBBS from. And one more point is that transfers are not allowed. So in case you go to a university which you don't like and you want to switch your university in second, third, fourth year or fifth year or any year, it is not allowed. You have to do your entire course, you have to do your internship, you have to get your license, you have to get everything from the same university only. Now, if you want to read the entire gazette, I have included its link in the description. You can go and check it out. Now we are going to see what the Indian Embassy in Kazakhstan is saying about the FMGL regulations. Now, one thing that I need to tell each and every parent and student is that NMC has not yet clarified which country or which university is fulfilling NMC's FMGL regulations. NMC does not maintain a list of NMC approved universities abroad. If a consultant or an agent is claiming that whatever university they are promoting or whatever country they are promoting is NMC approved, then let me tell you that till now there is no such thing. That is why we are going to depend on the replies by Indian embassies in particular nations about FMGL regulations, or we are going to depend on what universities are telling us, or we are going to depend on what the education ministry or the medical council of a particular country is telling us about FMGL regulations. So in the case of Kazakhstan, we are dependent on what the universities are telling us and what the Indian embassy in Kazakhstan is telling us. So it is mentioned on the website of the Indian embassy in Kazakhstan that Kazakhstan medical universities follow FMGL regulations, which are first that the course duration is 5 years. In Kazakhstan, the theoretical part of the course is of 5 years and it is followed by 1 year of internship. The medium of instruction, of course, is English, but not every university is good in Kazakhstan. My suggestion is that you get in touch with Global Medical Foundation and we are going to help you out in selection of the right university for you which fits your budget and your aspirations. The next point is very important, that Indian students are eligible to appear for the licensing exam in Kazakhstan. This licensing exam happens in 3 languages and one of those languages is English. Kazakhstan is a country which has a lot more clarity about NMC's FMGL regulations than most other countries. So of course, Kazakhstan is a good option to study MBBS abroad for Indian students in 2025. Now let's discuss about the advantages of studying MBBS in Kazakhstan. So see, the most important thing that I tell each and every student during counseling is that at the end of the day, you have to clear the Foreign Medical Graduate Examination, FMGE, which is the current licensing examination, or in the future, you will have to clear National Exit Test or next, whatever the exam be. So no matter what the examination is, no matter what the name is, you have to clear it. That is the most important thing. So it is always good to go to a university which has high FMG passing percentage year after year. If you look at the FMG passing percentage of some of the universities in Kazakhstan, then we can see that the number 1 university in 2024 is Al Farabi Kazakh National University. So if you look at the FMG passing rate, it is above 50%, which is absolutely fantastic. And it is one of the best universities not only in Kazakhstan, but it is one of the best universities in the world, as Al Farabi Kazakh National University was ranked 163 by QS World Rankings. Let's see the FMG passing percentage of Astana Medical University, which is located in the capital of Kazakhstan. It is also having a good FMG passing percentage of just over 35%. The most popular university for MBBS in Kazakhstan is Kazakh National Medical University. It has a passing percentage of 27.17%. As you can see, it has the highest number of students in this entire list. And the 4th university on this list is West Kazakh Medical University. It is also a government university with a passing percentage of just above 25%. The next advantage is that the tuition fees of the medical universities in Kazakhstan is very affordable. You will find universities where the yearly tuition fees and the yearly hostel fees is between 3 to 4 lakh rupees. In 6 years, you are going to pay somewhere between 20 to 24 lakh rupees for your tuition fees and hostel fees to study MBBS in Kazakhstan, which is one of the most affordable destinations for Indian students to study MBBS abroad. The next point is that the admission process and the visa process is very simple, very easy with minimum documentation, and it is something that Global Medical Foundation will take care of for every student who is taking admission through us. No matter which university you want to go to in Kazakhstan, you can get in touch with us from all over India. So yes, the admission process is very simple, very easy, and also travel between India and Kazakhstan is very easy. So if you want to travel from India, you can do so by taking a direct flight from Delhi to Almaty, which is going to be of just 3 hours and 20 minutes. And the best part is that you will find that the cost of travel is very low. So for a one-way flight between Delhi and Almaty costs only between 10,000 to 13,000 rupees. The next advantage of studying MBBS in Kazakhstan is that there are many government medical universities in Kazakhstan, and most of these universities have at least 500 to 1,000 Indian students. Now, if you want to know which universities are the best in Kazakhstan or which university is best for you, then again, my suggestion is that you get in touch with Global Medical Foundation. The next advantage is that Indian mess facility is being provided to the Indian students who are coming to study in Kazakhstan, which makes it very easy for Indian students to get comfortable and to adjust and to settle down in these new countries, because most of the new students who are going abroad, they are 17 years old to 20 years old and they don't know how to cook. So for those students, it is very easy to adjust to a new country because Indian chefs are available in Indian mess in various universities in Kazakhstan, and they are going to cook Indian food for you. Veg food and non-veg food both are available in Kazakhstan. And of course, all the universities are providing hostel facilities to Indian students. In each and every hostel, I can assure you that there are going to be hundreds and hundreds of Indian students. You will be staying with Indian students in the hostels provided to you, and there is no issue of safety and security while studying MBBS in Kazakhstan. The students do not face any problem once they go to Kazakhstan. It is very easy for the students to settle down because they are going to study with Indian students and they are going to get Indian meals also. Now, a lot of students check world rankings, but see, there is no official world rankings for MBBS abroad for Indian students. You will not find appropriate world rankings of the universities in all these countries. Of course, there are going to be some universities which are being listed on QS world ranking. For example, I told you about Al Farabi Kazakh National University, which is a top 200 university in the world. But I will not suggest Indian students to take admission just on the basis of world rankings. The most important factor that you should consider is FMGE passing percentage, because at the end of the day, the most important thing is that you clear the licensing examination. Now that we have covered all the advantages of studying MBBS in Kazakhstan, of course, we are also going to cover the disadvantages. Now, the first disadvantage of studying MBBS in Kazakhstan for an Indian student is the fact that it is a very cold country, but it is not a disadvantage which is exclusive to Kazakhstan. The same problem is also with countries like Kyrgyzstan and Russia. But the good thing is that these countries have central heating system, which means that you will only feel the cold when you are outside, when you are in the open. Once you come inside any building, the temperature maintained in all these buildings is between 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. So once you get inside any building, it's going to be warm, but once you are in the open, it's going to be cold. Second disadvantage is that you have to learn a new language. Again, this is a disadvantage for all the countries like Russia, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Georgia, and of course Kazakhstan. So you will be taught the local language in the first 3 years by the university. The university will not charge any additional fees for teaching you the local language. It is very important now that you learn the language properly, because number one, it is going to help you in day-to-day activities. For example, when you talk with the shopkeepers, when you interact with the drivers, it is going to help you out. And number two is that during the internship, you will have to speak with the locals in their own language. Otherwise, you will not be able to interact with the patients during your internship, which brings us to the next point, which is limited practical exposure. Now, if you want to properly interact with the patients during your internship in Kazakhstan, it is important for you to properly know the local language so that you are able to speak with the patients and understand what they are saying. So any student who has learned the local language properly will have good practical exposure, but the students who have not learned the local language properly will struggle to get good clinical exposure in Kazakhstan. The next point I have already discussed, that not all universities are good. Some universities, which are private universities in Kazakhstan, they shut down midway. So it is important to select the right university, and for that you have to first select the right consultant. So any student who is looking to study MBBS in Kazakhstan can get in touch with me for the best advice and best services during your stay in Kazakhstan. The next disadvantage is the distance of various cities from Almaty. So direct flights are available between Delhi and Almaty, but Kazakhstan is the 9th largest country in the world, so it is huge. If you select a university outside of Almaty, you might have to travel another 6 hours to 12 hours to reach your destination. So the best thing to do is to select a university in Almaty. The next disadvantage is wrong information by new agents. So there are many new agents that are joining MBBS abroad business every year, and then there are consultants or agents who have not visited Kazakhstan. So they might not be knowing the ground reality, or they might not be in touch with the students who are studying MBBS in Kazakhstan. So it is very important that you select the right consultancy. That is why I have repeatedly said in this video to get in touch with me or get in touch with a representative of Global Medical Foundation for the best advice possible for your future and to fulfill your dream of becoming a doctor. Now, the last disadvantage is better or similar options available. So soon I'm going to make a video comparing Kazakhstan with other popular MBBS abroad destinations. In short, if I have to summarize, I'll say that there are many other options similar to Kazakhstan which are available to Indian students. Also, there are some options which are better than Kazakhstan. But the biggest advantage of studying MBBS in Kazakhstan in 2025 is that it has very good clarity on FMGL regulations regarding its duration and licensing examination. Now, there are two intakes to study MBBS in Kazakhstan. One is September intake and the other is March intake. However, in March intake, not every university will be participating. March intake is a good option for those students who have missed out on the September intake for any reason. For example, due to their participation in the counseling process in India for MBBS seat here. The admission process is already underway for September intake in various medical universities in Kazakhstan. So my advice to Indian students is to apply as soon as possible. Now, many students and parents asking about the admission deadline of the medical universities in Kazakhstan. Now, the answer is not simple because it all depends on the seats. If there are seats available, admissions might go on till November 15. But what really happens is that in most of these universities, seats get filled up in August or September. So whenever the seats get filled up, admission will close on that particular date and nobody can predict that date in advance. So the best thing to do is to apply as soon as possible. The admission process is very simple. So any student who wants to study MBBS in Kazakhstan should get in touch with Global Medical Foundation. The first step is to send scanned copies of some of your documents like 10th, 12th mark sheet, passport, NEET result. In case you don't have a passport in the beginning, you can still send scanned copy of your Aadhaar card. We will apply for your admission letter. In case there is an entrance examination, we will take up a date for your entrance examination and you will have to clear that exam. In case there is an examination and once you clear it, you will get your admission letter. In some universities, you will have to pay your tuition fees after you get your admission letter. But in most of the universities, you don't have to pay the tuition fees right after getting your admission letter. After this, the next step is visa process. For this, you have to send your original documents to Global Medical Foundation's office in Delhi. Once your visa is done, we will help you out with each and everything. For example, how to pay your fees, what all to carry, the booking of a flight ticket so that you go in a group, and then you will have to come to Delhi to travel with a group of other students, and then you will be traveling to Kazakhstan. Now, I have already discussed the FMG passing percentage of some of the universities in Kazakhstan, and on this page, I have mentioned the budget of studying MBBS in different medical universities in Kazakhstan. By budget, I mean the total tuition fees and the total hostel fees for 6 years. So the first university on the list is Al Farabi Kazakh National University with a budget of 27 lakh rupees approximately. The second university is Astana Medical University and it has a budget of approximately 35 lakh rupees. The next university is the most popular medical university in Kazakhstan, which is Kazakh National Medical University. It is located in Almaty and it has a budget of 35 lakh rupees. Then comes some universities where the budget is on the lower side. For example, West Kazakh Medical University and Semi Medical University with a budget of 35 lakh rupees, and South Kazakh Medical Academy, which is located in Shymkent with a budget of 26.5 lakh rupees. Now there are going to be many other expenses. For example, consultancy fees paid in India, visa fees paid in India, one-time charges, Indian mess expenses. So there are many more expenses that you will have to bear. This is not the total expense. However, these are two of the biggest expenses. So this will give you an idea of the budget. But if you want to know about the complete fee structure, you can get in touch with Global Medical Foundation. My number is mentioned on the screen. Students from all over India can get in touch with us. We will send you the fee structure. We will get your admission done and we will provide you 6-year on-campus assistance as well. So I hope that you found good information through this video. Still, if you have any doubts, you can mention your questions in the comment section or you can directly message me on the number on the screen, that is 9999 404348. So that is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching.